If you're looking for 55 and older communities, you may have a hard time finding them if you're trying to find them here in Southwest Washington. And that's because, well, we don't have that many. And I'm not talking about the senior living care facilities because, well, frankly, we have a lot of those. But if you're not wanting to live in an apartment complex style of senior living, and you want an actual single family home or a townhome, well, in Vancouver, we don't have a lot of them. But in this video, I am going to go over the top 4 55 plus communities that you will want to know about. And so stay tuned because we're going to get started right now. Oh, I forgot to welcome all of you that are new to my channel. Welcome. I am a local agent here in Southwest Washington that helps people make the move when they're relocating in the area and they want to know where should they live, whether it's 55 or older or just any communities in general, because things are frankly changing constantly. So be sure to subscribe to be kept up to date, and I hope you enjoy this video. Just so you know, this is only going to be a highlight video of the top 4 55 and older communities. And so in this video, I'm going to go over where they are geographically. I'm going to go over the basic information within those communities. And what this video will not cover are the 55 and older communities that are mobile home parks, that are in mobile home parks, meaning a manufactured home on leased land. We do have a few of those type of communities here in Vancouver, Washington. Not a whole lot, but we still have them. And so I'm not going to be covering those in this video. And like I said before, there are a lot of senior living retirement communities here in Vancouver, so you won't have any problem locating those. But for those of you that are wanting to actually find communities that are detached, well, sometimes that can be hard pressed, but never fear, we're going to cover that today. The first community we're going to talk about is Whipple Creek, and Whipple Creek is a beautiful gated entry community in which this community does indeed lock their gates. Sometimes you'll find gated communities don't, for some reason, lock their gates during the day. This community does. And what's nice about this community is it sits right above the wishbone of I-5 and I-205, coming just into the area known as Ridgefield, Washington. But you could actually be thinking that you were really in Vancouver, Washington, because of how close the proximity is. Now, some things to know about the community is it has 141 homes in it, both single-family homes and attached townhomes. They were built between the age of 2018 and 2020. The square footages for this community are between 1140 square feet and 1760 square feet. Now, as of the last 12 months, the homes that have been selling in this community have been selling in between $495,000 and $585,000. What's nice about this community is that you only have HOA dues in the amount of $90 a month. Mind you, disclaimer, HOAs can always and sometimes do change. So as of this video, they are noting that they're $90 a month, and the HOAs cover the front yard maintenance, meaning mowing and trimming of certain bushes, the common areas, and the maintenance and upkeep of the gated entry to the community. So great community, 141 homes. It sits actually right next door to another community that has around 40 homes in it called, I think it's Coolidge Meadows. And so you have 2 gated communities right next to each other. And then of course we have some other communities just outside of those 2 gated communities. But great little area, great central location, and it is the first on our top 4. Our next community that we're talking about is the Villas at Salmon Creek Commons. And just like the name, it is located in Salmon Creek, which is centrally located in between the I-5 and the I-205. It's a great community of townhomes, but they are only attached by one common wall. And they did it very wisely, and that they did it connecting by the garage from one unit to the other unit. In this gated community, you will find 46 of these homes, and the community in itself has a park, and that's about it, a park. You know, the HOAs, though, actually cover a lot of the exterior maintenance in these homes, so that is a huge plus in that it covers things like the roof and gutter cleans, it covers the exterior paint, it covers front yard maintenance. It's just some of the things that it covers. Now, just so you know, this community, the square footages that they built was between 15 and 1,800 square feet. And they were built between the ages of 2006 to 2013. And the sales for this community as of 2023 are ranging between $546,000 and $580,000 for these townhomes. So this is the great community known as the Villas at Salmon Creek Commons. The next subdivision we're going to talk about happens to be the smallest subdivision out of all of the subdivisions. And the reason why I added it to the list is because it's actually a unique concept that has not been done here in Vancouver, Washington, that is brand new. And so the community that we're going to be talking about is Woodside Creek. And Woodside Creek is located, first and foremost, on the northeast side of Vancouver, Washington. And what's special about this community is that the developer created a 39-lot subdivision where they designated only 8 lots, mind you, but they designated an area within that community for 55 or better. That's what they called it, which I absolutely think that is a phenomenal way to say, instead of saying 55 and older, but 55 and better area. And so the idea that the developer had in mind is that he wanted to begin to create a community where it gave the opportunity for multiple generations to live close to one another without living with one another. And so that's why they tried it out. They did 8 lots designated within the community of Woodside Creek. The rest of the homes, of course, are, you know, for any age, but just only 8 lots are designated off to the side. So that is something that's very new and different about this community that I wanted you to be sure to know about. The square footage is in between 1,900 square feet all the way up to 3,600 square feet. And the sales so far for 2023 in this community are going between $780,000 all the way up to $935,000. So this community is actually continuing on with 2 other phases currently being built out by Pacific Lifestyles. So they do have a Woodside Creek East and a Woodside Creek West that they're currently building. However, there are still, only within Woodside Creek itself, only 8 55 and older designated area within that community. Only 8 lots in that community. So kind of small, but very cozy and quaint. The last community I want to talk about happens to be the largest community out of the 4. And this community is a master planned retirement community that is known as Fairway Village. Fairway Village sits on the southeast side of Highway 14 and 164th here in Vancouver. And this community, when I say big, it is big. We have a total of 824 homes built within this community, and they all wrap around and have stunning views of the 9-hole golf course. And Out of these homes, we have a total of 696 single-family homes and 128 condos that are in this community. They were developed in between the ages of 1979 all the way up to 1996. When we're talking about the single-family homes, those square footages are going to range in between the low 1200s all the way just above around 2600 square feet. The current price points for these single-family homes as of this last year that are currently selling are selling in between just above 500,000 and just a little over 800,000 in this community. The HOAs for the single family homes particularly, because they do differ from the condominiums versus the single family homes. Now, first and foremost, the HOA dues that are collected do actually help to maintain not only the common areas, but the golf course and the clubhouse, and also the paid staff for those facilities. Now, the HOAs for the single family home are $627 per person within the home per year. Other than that, you have the initial $2,100 new home buyer transfer fee at the time that you purchase a home within Fairway Village. The condominiums in Fairway Village, their square footages are in between just over 717 square feet, which are a one-bedroom condo, and they go as high as 1,266 square feet. Now, just so you know, the condos in Fairway Village, you do have an upper level unit and you do have a main level unit. And so depending on where your unit is located, the view, whether it's upper or the main level, is really going to dictate the price that you may get the condo for. We have seen the condos selling anywhere from $310,000 to $460,000, and that is going to be relevant to the square footage and the number of bedrooms, and if it's on the upper level versus the main. So for example, we had a 717 square foot one bedroom unit sell for $310,000, a 950 square foot two bedroom unit that was the most affordable this year sold for $338,000, and the 1,266 square foot unit sold for $460,000 as far as the condo pricing in Fairway Village. Let's talk about the HOA dues associated specifically for the condos. Again, disclaimer, the fees and what they cover, as well as the exclusions regarding HOAs in general, are always subject to change within the year, at the end of the year. And so certainly, if you're interested in the condos, be sure to reach out to me so I can get you up-to-date information just in case there might be some changes. But as of today in 2023, for the condos, you're going to have three different fees associated. You're going to have $3,100 at the time that you purchase the condo that you will need to pay. Then every single year there is a yearly community HOA due, and that is going to range between $543 to $627 per person within the condo. So if you have two people living in a condo, one condo, then of course each person will be paying either between $543 to $627. Now this does not include the monthly dues that are calculated, and which can be anywhere from $310 to $332 depending on the type of unit. However, for those monthly dues, that does include your water, sewer, and your trash. Now, an added little side note, you cannot rent any of the condos within the Fairway Village condominiums, and you can only have a max of one pet within your unit. The Fairway Village golf course and clubhouse are absolutely the most enjoyable thing for the homeowners within this community. The 9-hole golf course actually has a driving cage, a putting and chipping greens, so that you can, of course, warm up prior to getting on out there. And of course, let's talk about that clubhouse. The clubhouse has scheduled activities, an exercise room, a pool, billiards, ping pong, arts and crafts area, library, a ballroom, and you can do many of your planned events that you want to do, and it's all within your very own community. Fairway Village has something for everyone. So whether you want a condo or whether you want a single family home and you want to be in a community that has activities, that has things that you can do and that you can build friendships in, well, Fairway Village will definitely offer that to you because of the clubhouse and the golfing that it provides. So that's why it actually was the very last and best for this video. I hope you enjoyed this information, and again, be sure to like, subscribe, and come on back. Would love to be able to meet you someday since I am an agent here locally. But until then, I hope you have a great home buying and selling day.